3 new cases today. Could be better, could be worse. Standard definition complete, high definition complete. I'm about to publish my very first YouTube video. Done. Hey, what's up? I climbed a tree and I want to tell you a story right now. A year ago, I was in Thailand. I had just started driving motorbikes for the very first time. I was going pretty fast, maybe like 50-60 miles per hour. And I was leaving like a huge gap between me and the next car because for safety. And the car in front of me suddenly stopped completely for no reason. And I kind of panicked and I overreacted and I braked really hard. There was no need to be that aggressive because again, I was so distant that I had all the time in the world. I was under the mistaken belief that if you braked really hard with the front brake, the bike would flip over, which does not happen, at least I don't think so. What I did back then was only use really the right brake, which is the one on the back. The wheels locked, which I didn't think was possible, and so the bike started going like this and I fell to the ground. I had a very large cut on my chin, which caused a lot of blood to pour out, and the bystanders were completely freaked out and called an ambulance. And I was wearing a tank top and shorts, so I had very large abrasion on my left knee, abrasion on my chin, on my shoulder, on both of my wrists. The ambulance arrived and they wanted to take me to the hospital. Holy shit, the wind is moving the branch of the tree I'm sitting on. It's really freaking me out. But let me finish my story. So the ambulance arrived and they asked me for the keys for the motorcycle. I was taken aback from this request. It was a bit strange, but I gave them the key and I forgot about it, to be honest. I went to the hospital. They passed me up. Holy shit. Okay, maybe it's best if I go somewhere else, or maybe not. So I went to the hospital. The surgeon was really good actually, because the cut here was really jagged. So usually on cuts like that, they will leave a scar because it's really hard to stitch the skin together perfectly. I maybe barely have a scar, I can't see it. I was very lucky in that I didn't break any bones, because that would have been like a huge problem, because I travel alone, so there is really nobody who can help me. Like if I break my leg, I'm fucked. But it didn't happen and they discharged me. And when I stepped out of the hospital, a member of the ambulance crew approached me and handed me my keys back. And he pointed at the parking lot and like I saw my bag there. And what happened was that while we were driving with lights and sirens to the hospital, this guy from the ambulance actually got on my bike and followed the ambulance back to the hospital and parked my bike there so that when I would get up there, I would have my bike. It was a really nice gesture. It really surprised me. I was speechless. I feel so bad because I didn't give them a tip. Because I really didn't think of it. I was so surprised by how generous they were with me. That's, Thai hospitality. Something like that would never happen in the West. A guy from the ambulance gets on your vehicle without your permission, without even asking, and follows an ambulance running red lights, without actually being in the ambulance, because if I suddenly went into cardiac arrest and it turns out that a guy was actually driving my bike instead of being inside or helping, they would probably be found criminally negligent, I think. That's the end of my story. I have to get off this tree. Guys, today it's really windy and I think the audio is gonna suck. With an iPhone there is absolutely nothing you can do to protect yourself against the wind. But I looked into the cameras. I found one that is really good. I also have to buy the lens, but I may be able to do it with like $1,000, maybe $1,200. So I'm almost certainly gonna buy it if I keep posting YouTube videos, but let me think about it a bit longer. Look at that. Wow, now I have to find a parking space and I have to find a way to get up there. This is the parking space for the building I was talking about, and there are just, you know, a couple of bikes, no big deal. Yeah, I've been told that it's called Sky Bar, but it opens at 5 p.m. and right now it's like 1 p.m. I don't know why they don't open during the day, but if I can, I will come back. As I travel all the time, every country has a different currency, of course, and it makes me go crazy. So like a long time ago I decided that I would keep all of my money in dollars. I would think only in dollars. Every time I pay in another currency, like in euro or like in baht or any other currency, I convert it to dollars. I keep track of all of my expenses with a great app called INAP. So like my currency is dollars. What I really like about Cambodia is that even though they have their own currency, nobody uses it, and ATMs give out dollars, like Starbucks wants dollars, like everybody only wants dollars, which is really convenient for me. Actually, I kinda lied, because they do indeed use their own currency, but only for amounts lesser than dollar. They don't use coins because, of course, it's easy to get cash here, but you know, coins weight a lot, so they don't use dollar coins. Instead, they use their own money, and the way it works is that regardless of the exchange rate, that nobody really cares about that, 4,000 real equals $1. So for example, if I need to pay $10.50, I would pay $10 and then 2,000 real, which is 50 cents. Okay guys, so I came back to the tower place at 5 p.m. but they didn't let me in because I'm wearing sandals and apparently it's not allowed, and I didn't know. This is very far away from everything, so I kind of got tired of coming here, going back, coming here, going back, so I'm just not gonna come here anymore. If I'm still in time, I'm gonna show you like a time lapse of the sunset from my apartment. Aon Mall, which is where the COVID outbreak first started, and there is really nobody here. It's kind of sad. This is another different mall. It's so eerily quiet here. I'm literally like the only person here except for security and the people working in the stores. Most of the stores are actually closed, as you can see. Yeah, COVID kind of sucks. But you know, let's look at the upside. The audio quality should be really good. This is my new haircut. Thank you so much. So I wanted to take a minute to thank all the people who gave me feedback about my first video. By far, the most common feedback that I received is that the video was kind of a bit too long. The problem though didn't seem to be with the length itself of the video, but more like with the fact that it could have been cut a bit shorter. I could have cut all the times that I said the word like. I said the word like 120 times, I know because I counted, and all of those like, they could have been cut, I didn't know it was possible. I thought that if I would cut them, then the video would look very strange. But actually, looking at other YouTube videos, it's very common to do this. So I'm gonna do this in the future. So I don't know if the videos are gonna be shorter in the future, but for sure they're gonna be more condensed, because the last thing that I want to do, guys, is waste your time. Today is my last day in Phnom Penh, which means that unfortunately it's time to do the thing that I hate the most about traveling, guys, which is packing. This is my main bag, and I'm gonna actually leave this one at the office. I'm gonna go now and leave it at the office. I'm gonna bring with me the small one and the backpack, of course. So tomorrow I'm gonna leave Phnom Penh, and I found out that Cambodia actually has a train, like one single train and one single train track. The train runs 3 times a week. Unfortunately, it leaves at 7 a.m, which kind of sucks for me. But yeah, I bought the ticket for tomorrow, for the novelty of it. I think there will be some interesting countryside scenery on the way. And I think it's really cool to take a train, like it's been so long since I've taken one. Again, I won't have the apartment anymore, but I still have the office, so I can leave my big bag there and not worry about it, and travel later. The plan is to take the train from Phnom Penh to Kampot, stay in Kampot like a couple of days, and then continue on to the islands. The islands are gonna be amazing, but I think Kampot is also gonna be amazing. The last time I've been there, it was very rushed. I stayed there less than 24 hours. This time I'm gonna stay longer though. I'm gonna make a video about Kampot, then I'm gonna make another video about the island. So please subscribe, it will help me so much. Thank you.